forward to in this one. Bruce and English both coming in with injury concerns. If you're just joining us, Hannon in, Nate Jones a very late out. Away we go. Viney immediately grabs out of the middle. Brayshaw back to Viney. So an initial clearance for the Demons. And Crozier back in the side. Looping hand pass. That's nice work from Vandermeer. Step the tackle. Just hacks the ball forward. Melbourne have got the answers. Hibbert, talking about hacking, kicks it straight to Bontempelli. Inside 50, a third one in a row. It's a hat-trick of Shanks. Opens up for the Dogs. McLean should kick a goal. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. The Dogs are on the board. Western Bulldogs 1-2, Melbourne 1-1.
We talk about how, I just was mentioning how important it is with ball in hand that you make decisions. That's a horrible kick from the Bulldogs. That's worse from Michael Hibbert coming out, and that's one of your best players in the competition. So work that out for your way forward.
No, you can't, but when you look at that vision there, it would have, if Hibbert had got that right, it opens up for Melbourne massively. He had three players to hit in the corridor, and he should hit it, no doubt.
But when you turn the footy over like the Western Bulldogs did on that occasion, then it should be, you should be made to pay.
Both teams got a big fist on it. Viney scooped the handball away, had to go back and try a better one. Not sure it was any better, not sure it was legal. English got through them, gave to Richards. He gets a kick away. Spearman back for Melbourne, and Wallace beats the two of them.
That's a fantastic result for the Bulldogs.
And he missed them all, so it's a big week for Mitch to get back on the scoreboard.
16 goals, 8 this year. The Dogs' #1 goal kicker for 2020. And it has been Wally's world down there so far this year.
Yes, it's open for business, Dwayne, that's for sure, because the left footers the Bulldogs have got through the midfield. Mitch Wallace seems to be on the back of those, on the end of those, I should say, every single time it comes forward. Based on work rate, though, and he does well here, one-on-one strength with Harms, does the work early, protects the ball drop.
It's a strong boy, James Harms, too, so it sort of tells you exactly what you're dealing with this young bloke who's just had a fantastic season of footy. I reckon Mitchy Wallace, you'd be thrilled with the output that you're getting from him. He's kicked 17 goals for the season now.
Tim and Braden. Braden wins it. Dunkley. Hunter back to Dunkley. Now Bontempelli. Lopes forward with the ball. It's a nice spear forward. Norton to Wallace. Measures a kick to Vandermeer. And that's nice by the Doggies.
It was nice off the contest. It really was. They've read Bruce all day long with a good passage of play.
Vandermeer, originally drafted as a defender, 8 goals this season. Not easy with the windy conditions. Does it really nicely though. Good finish by Vandermeer, and the Dogs get their third.
Who's he hitting this ball to? Who from Melbourne is in that position? What sort of communication have they had around the stoppage there? He's hit it down the throat of Dunkley. He was on his own.
Plus the forward not up in behind that stoppage as well to then put pressure on Dunkley if it does go to that position as well. So structurally they've got a little bit to work out here, Melbourne. When they get going, they're looking good, but on return, their structure has let them down a couple of times, which is the Bulldogs have definitely capitalised on.
Hannum, again, that late inclusion with Jones and out. It's a good spot with this kick, and well judged by Keith.
It's a great mark. Again, you get a bit more width.
Bruce wants someone to come towards him. Hits it right to the teeth of goal. Bontempelli, McDonald, Liberatore. You know he's going to get it clear and gets it right through the middle, Liberatore. Nice little finish.
It looked a little bit easy in the end for Liber. I think the D's were anticipating.
Now to 10 possessions, but it's not about possessions for him. It's about where he gets them. They've all been contested, bar one. He's had 5 clearances, 3 of them out of the centre bounce. His ground ball work has been better than any other player at the competition. His willingness to get his hands dirty and keep his head over it. Now, the ultimate reward in a low-scoring event, he's just a heads-up player. I think he's been absolutely magnificent.
Now Smith with a high ball in the swirling breeze. Difficult for Bruce. He's been quiet. Gets shoved away from the marking contest. Lever. Wallace. Viney doesn't manage to get it clear. McLean. Bontempelli. Dangerous. Bontempelli. Wonderful.
Good start in the first half for the D's.
Look at Angus Brayshaw though, just ball watching. He's got Bontempelli as his opponent. Has a look. Bontempelli just sits out the back. It just doesn't go to him. Goes to the man with the ball, and you don't leave Bontempelli on your own out there. And that first clearance you spoke about, it was Liberatore again, involved, but then his spread meant that they had a 2-on-1 out on the wing against Vandenberg. So
not a lot of options that he likes. Pumps it up long. Use of the body from Richards was good. The collect from Hunter and the bounce pass to Bontempelli, awesome, and Wallace out the back.
Well, that's their best ball movement for the game, and something that Melbourne will need to be aware of now. That they back foot, and now it has Wallace having a shot at goal.
He's already had a sighter from this spot. Kicked one in the opening term from here. Never in doubt.
The Dogs got their ball movement right with the switch of play down back.
To impact the scoreboard, that's when, from a Melbourne point of view, your awareness of him has to go up. He's kicked the first goal of the third quarter, direct involvement the second goal of the third quarter. They've got a little bit of a breeze, we think. They're playing a bit more expansively, attacking a bit more. Great.
Sonny hassled off it. McLean back to Daniel. He's got some room to move. Used it wisely. Dunkley, Lipinski hands it over towards Hunter. He flicks it on to Smith. How good's this kid? Don't you want to be him? 19 years of age and limitless.
Kick it there, he goes. It's all hands, and this is the modus. This is the way they operate. Hands, hands, hands. It goes the length of the ground. It comes from the deep in their defensive half. Chain of handballs, and then Bailey Smith does what Bailey Fritsch couldn't do, and that is took his opportunity, and that might be the difference in the end. But this, you thought he was going to kick, but then no. Maybe in these conditions, it's a run and share by hand.
And it's the work rate out of that congestion, because Hunter and Smith were both involved in that passage on the wing before Caleb Daniel.
Sit back, bangs it out of Melbourne's defence. They're under the pump at the moment, the D's. It'll come back in a hurry, though.
50. Oh, 50 against Melksham. Umpire screamed hold twice.
So instead of coming straight across, he's just arced.
And where's the Bulldogs? Let's have a look at the 50. He comes towards the centre circle.
He comes right up to, that's 50.
You've got to come back towards the umpire. He has to come back on a straight line towards the umpire. He should know better.
About 5 metres forward of the mark.
For 4 Bulldog goals in a row, he's got it. And Melbourne's got a problem.
Well, they have to go again. This is from deep in Melbourne's forward line, or deep in the Western Bulldogs' defence. Now they're going deep inside 50.
Hunter wants to go and does over the back of Lever. Further opportunities for the Dogs. Bruce hits the footy hard. Norton by hand. Wallace has got 2. Wallace has got 3. The Dogs have got 5 in a row in the third.
This result, 1 minute you're inside, deep inside your own 50, and the next minute the ball's out the other end. Great finish from Wallace. 3 goals from Mitch Wallace again.
Yeah, I know. He just keeps getting it done.
We talk about all Australian line. There might not be a spot from Tom Patman's point of view, but from a small forward, or medium forward from a goal kicking, few better.
It's been too easy on kick out today. They've got to this position every time.
Wood to Vandermeer. That was a more traditional route this time. Johannesson wants to use his speed and does. Long ball inside 50. English from the back. Had his name all over it, did Big Tim. And this to go 6 on the trot for the Dogs. This to really hurt Melbourne. English from the angle. Looks pretty good. 6 goals in a row for the Western Bulldogs.
Hang on.
Whistle.
I'll have the footy, bud. In case. Thanks, mate. Oh, yeah, guys.
On post, and there is no spike on edge. Decision on scoreboard.
Well, it's just outstanding ball movement. It's as good a ball movement as it is bad defence.
They've got their speed.
Johannesson takes on Langdon and blows past him. Norton held it long enough. The astronaut got up there, took a ripper. 1 minute left in the third. Heads inside.
There was a weight to it. Off the ground, Bontempelli, an important boot. Bontempelli, 60 metres out. Look at that for a ball to Wallace. Beautiful hands from Mitch Wallace, who's kicked free, and that was just pure footy.
That is pure brilliance from Bontempelli, and the hands from Wallace are superb. This bloke has been magic.
Mitch Wallace for his 4th goal. Really likes it, does Mitch, as he should. An afternoon out for that man, and the Dogs fire back immediately.
Defensively, and that's a strong mark.
That is a great, mate. That is good opposition. I mean, Hibbard's been in really good form all year. They're as good a hands as you could hope for. So, yeah, I mean, the message going back to the middle for Petrarca is take the game on with your legs. You know, this fancy stuff that's crept in since half-time, the Western Bulldogs will play on that and make you pay. And so Mitch Wallace adds another 4. Is it 4 goals for the game?
Yeah, it is. Well, last week he missed 3 easy ones, kicked 3 points.
So he's here. Overcooked it past Fritsch. Johannesson with plenty of space and time. Puts it back to a great spot. Bruce is under it. Lever left it behind. Kavara rolls it home, and they might be home.
Oh, there's a great lesson in that, isn't there? There's nothing special about what Jason Johannesson does here. He just bashes it back inside 50 to a dangerous spot. This is the team that are 20 points, who were 20 points up at that stage. So sometimes you've got to take the science out of it, Jono. But the Dogs have had, as we said, every answer, and they deserve this win and puts them very much back in contention. And some really bad habits have returned for Melbourne today under some pressure.
They have, but it's just that poor skill, not under pressure, that in the last couple of minutes for
nearly pulled it down. Seconds tick down as Lever blasts it away. The mark taken by Fritsch. But the Dogs are back inside the 8. And it's Melbourne's spot they've taken with a domination after half-time. 12-8-80 to 7-10-52.